So we gotta start thinking less condemnation-wise and more loving-wise. But does that mean? Well, does that mean if someone rapes you, don't report it as a crime? No. But nobody knows they raped you either, right? See, it's called being two-faced. You show one person one side and then another person the other side, which is your evil side, right? But no one knows it until they show it to you, right? Now, some people, though, have learned to be good and evil quite well. I understand your problem, right? But at the same time, most aren't, right? Trying to two-face you, right? Some do, like I said, I'm trying to date girls, I'm trying to wait for the right girl, and that's the problem too. You don't know who it is, right? So you're looking. So would Katy Perry dress up like Taylor Swift and Taylor Swift dress up like Katy Perry to have sex with me? Well, if they did, shouldn't I remember that so I know which one was which? But I'm saying, right, I don't know that happened. But if it did, it's not because of me, it's because of someone messing with them both, right? About me, right? And they figured that out real quick. It wasn't me, it was you. You understand? So if Taylor dressed up like Katie and Katie dressed up like Taylor and they both tried to have sex with me and made me think of either one, who got lucky but don't even know what happened to me? You, right? I know. And both had a baby a bit. One's on the down low and one we know she had a baby with Orlando Bloom. Right, Orlando? Mm-hmm. Right. Right. Sure you did. But okay. Mm-hmm. Right. It's not that I wouldn't choose Orlando Bloom myself, but I don't have clout, right? But you know what I mean. I'm not saying it in a gay vibe, but right, if I was Katy Perry or right, I would want people to think it was Orlando Bloom's baby too, right? Rather than a schizophrenic sitting at home alone who's disabled, right? But whatever, I don't know for sure. I can't say for sure, and I'm just making a point. Would Katie and Taylor dress up like one another and sabotage each other? I don't know. Like Katie can't dye her hair like, let's say golden brown. And Taylor vice versa, right? To both were with you. Maybe, I don't know, right? It's just a hypothesis, like I told you. If I knew, I would know, right? If I don't know, someone interfered with it, right? Now, like I said, when you interfere with my dating life, and I don't even know what the problem is, it ain't going to help either one of us, right? If there's a problem, right? So I keep telling you, I'm not the problem. Even if something happened bad to you, don't make me a bad person, right? Even if it involved, sex with a relative, let's say, right? But like I said, the point is you didn't get it, but you don't know what happened, right? And your denial ain't just about me or you, right? It's about what really happened or not and how far it went or not, right? And how you're dealing with it ain't normal anyway. But if it's kind of a PTSD type thing, post-traumatic stress disorder, right? It's a trauma to your brain, right? You don't even know when you go into that mode, you kind of black that out too, right? It's how it works when you're, like I said, if I know my medications business, I got to get a replacement as soon as possible. And I didn't go the first day. I had to make sure it was missing to look for it first, right? And you don't hide your medication from yourself, right? If someone's doing that, they're messing with my blood pressure medication. They can't do that, right? But see, that's the point. Let's say the little Asian girl at the synagogue in downtown Savannah came to my house the night before, had sex with me, but I didn't remember her. Right. Again. But then the day of, I found out she was really 14. Right. Uh-oh. But that's too late, too. Right. We done be love. Right. And what they're trying to figure out why I'm there in the first place, right? If they're doing something like that, right? What am I looking for? Well, like probably a girlfriend, right? But not necessarily Jewish or not, but I don't know. I'm just, trying to learn your belief system, right? So I can understand it and maybe, not just help others to understand you better, but at the same time, work on my own relationship with Hebrew people because I don't really know what you believe, right? Like I said, right? And it all seems kind of weird and crazy, and right, some tree in a garden made you aware you were naked, right? After you ate of its fruit. Okay. That don't make sense. So, no. Sounds like a lie or cover up there, right? What are they covering up? The type of tree. See, if you keep reading, right, the men in Job are compared to trees too. Well, that means you're sealing that knowledge, right? And then I read about the book of Revelations again. Oh, seven seals. Then Isaiah talks about it too. Oh, you're sealing certain scriptures because you think you're supposed to, maybe, but you're probably not. But that's probably the problem. But the solution is to open them, right? If you're not supposed to seal something's in there, then only answer is to open it. But if you don't open it, someone else has to do it, right? Right. But does that make that person the Messiah? Well, yes it does. Yes it does. Well, what it does is he fulfills certain scriptures as with Jesus. And if I'm one of the two witnesses, I might have to do certain things too, right? And then, not by choice, but by, default, right? And then, what that means is those who are supposed to be doing it ain't doing nothing about it, right? And they remain sealed or hidden, right? And it's like you're keeping a secret about the Bible, but you don't want to tell people, right? So then the problem becomes, a plant and an animal life form are both reproductive things, right? And so I see what it's saying now, right? But it took study, it took open-mindedness, it took the Gnostic Gospels and all that, right? Anyway. But see, if someone you think is a, type person, right, related to you and you're trusting them and then suddenly they turn on you, I understand the idea of, right, you didn't expect that to happen, and when it did, it terrified you, right? And you yourself went into a dark place. But see, that's the point. See, you're thinking not like how I think or how you're supposed to think anymore, but how he did you. And you're also trying to think what's going on with the other person's life. But the problem is, right, even if the woman's old enough, I don't know what's going on, right? Or too young. And I'm not trying to do too young, right? Even if, I know you were not even 16 yet when whatever happened when you, whoever it was or whatever it was, right? Whoever I'm talking to, it could be anyone, right? It could be male or female, Jew or Gentile, bond or free, right? But when they did it to you, it was not a picnic, right? It was no fun, right? And that's what I'm trying to explain too. They were not in the right state of mind themselves. Not that it excuses the behavior. Not that anyone expected him to do it either. That's the problem too. The devil's dealings, even in Eden, seems to be he used some kind of trickery, even involving the serpent perhaps, or used a certain part of his anatomy to make you think it was a serpent. and was hiding behind the tree the whole time. I don't know. But it goes from a reptile with what? Four limbs, right? Or standing upright. I don't know. Or talking to the woman, and no other creature in the Old Testament except Balaam's donkey talked to him, and that was in the presence of an angel of the Lord, right? So they're all technically what? Angels of the Lord, right? But 2/3 are good and 1/3 is bad. So like I told you, if they multiply, and there was a bunch who told of Jesus' birth, right? I don't know how many there were, but 12,000 is 144,000, right? Times 12. Now, 2/3 of that would be different too, or whatever the number is, right? But that kind of also means if they're currently reproducing, 1 out of every 3 can still side with the devil until a certain point, right? Where they're finally punished, right? Now, what does grace mean? Why does God let Satan get away with this? Because, one, he knows better too, right? The more grace you show on the one who knows better, those who really don't know better, right? Unfortunately, right, even if they do violent things to each other, I know, you can kind of excuse it differently than him, right? Who actually knew what he was doing was wrong. But even then, you're trying to show him, well, you're not being yourself. Stop doing that, right? All you have to do, according to Ezekiel, is just stop the evil you're doing. Period. Never.